Okay, so here we go. We said at lunch, India needed one good session and they got an excellent session. Rishabh Pant just decimated England. KL-Rahul, one of the best test hundreds overseas you can see. And now the sun is out. The sun is out in full glow.
But only for a little bit.
Yeah, it'll cloud up again. One more hour is what India will bat. Maybe 1.5 hours. And then the last hour, unleash Jasprit Bumrah. You're already 303 ahead. Get that to 375, 400. You've got 6 batters, out of which are KL Rahul, Ravindra Jadeja, Karun Nair and Shardul Thakur can throw their bat around. Get 70, 80 more. In this ground, no one except that 404 chase, that was Sir Donald Bradburn's time. No team has crossed 350, 360. India gets to anywhere around 375, 380 in terms of lead. It's one team that can win, and that'll be India. If England does that, chase down close to 400, it'll be a miracle. That's okay. Miracles happen once in a generation, but this session, one of the best batting exhibitions if you're an Indian cricket fan.
I am ecstatic at what we've seen. It gives you so much positivity, the way that they're looking. This is not a lucky innings. They've grinded it out. They've looked ugly. They've taken blows on their body. They've missed. They've given chances as well. A few dropped catches. But again, they have worked very, very hard for this. And when was the last time a batter got 100
Never.
in the last 2 innings?
Only Andy Flower. Only Andy Flower among wicketkeeper batters.
Innings.
Batter wicket keepers, only Andy Flower in the history of Test match cricket. No Indian ever.
Even for India, when do you remember this happening?
No. People have got it. Mr. Gavaskar, who was standing with you, you were standing next to Mr. Gavaskar taking photos. Mr. Gavaskar multiple times. People have got that. Virat Kohli, Adelaide, 115, 140.
Mayank Yadav.
These people.
Mayank Agarwal.
Mayank Agarwal, yes, but no wicket-keeper batter has ever, in the history of Indian cricket, got 200. Rishabh Pant, Birmingham, I think got 146 and a 50 something. Check your stats. I think 57 and 146 from memory in that 2022 Test match in which Johnny Bairstow won it for England. That was the last time. Rishabh Pant 140 and 50. But no wicket-keeper batter has ever done that. Tell me what Mr. Gavaskar was saying. You were standing with him watching that 100.
Oh, it was a fun one. I mean, he saw that tweet of mine, the first tweet of mine, where I took that picture of him celebrating his century in the first innings. And then he said, every time there's been a century, he's spotted me in the lunchroom and he said, come out and take my picture. So he's asked me to take his picture every single time. I was trying to leave the food area and he said, no, where are you going? There's 100 coming up. You need to take the picture. And he took me out in the balcony and made sure that I took that picture. But he was ecstatic and he said that this is one of the best that we've seen from Rishabh Pant. And he was also talking about how sensible this is from Rishabh Pant. He's really restrained himself. And of course, he was as ecstatic as he was, he really wanted to see that cartwheel. He was jumping.
And Rishabh was actually saying the next time.
Yes.
This is unbelievable. Rishabh is actually saying, no, next time. Oh, mad, man. Absolutely mad. But let's kind of decode the 200s. Yes. How many times do you get this opportunity to decode 2 overseas hundreds of this quality and class? Let's take KL Rahul first.
Yes.
An innings of the highest pedigree. That South Africa 100 of 2023 December, and this particular 100, I will say KL Rahul at his absolute genius best. Brilliant. Decode the KL Rahul 100 first, and then we'll go to Pant.
Why do you keep going behind?
Oh, it's okay, because the momentum keeps carrying me forward, and it's fine. Go for it.
All right. So, let's start with the fact that he's been visualizing so much. We've seen him throughout those 2 practice sessions that we've closely watched. We were right next to that net session, and we were so close that you could see the facial expressions of the players. And
just sorry to interrupt her. If you want to see this clip that she's talking about, exactly how he trained, we did a 12 noon show today, a special on KL Rahul, where we put these visuals out there for you so you can actually go and watch. Yes, go for it. Sorry.
Yes, but I'll take a little bit of time to talk about this, because the visualization, the assurance that KL Rahul has, the confidence that he has, self-belief I would call it, is something that we haven't seen before. And I had a very long chat with with Sunil Gavaskar on this. He was sitting there and we were watching KL Rahul's innings, and I was talking to him. I was exactly bringing up this point that I've watched him very closely in those two practice sessions, and one thing that has stood out is first his meticulously set up system of practicing, this for this minutes, taking out his pads in a certain way, all of that. But apart from that, the fact that he's going around the ground, he will stand there before he gets into that net session. He stands there and just looks at it, thinks about something. We don't know what he's thinking about, but he's visualizing something, doing something. And Sunil Gavaskar at that point said that, KL Rahul used to bat like this when he started out. Then he lost his momentum a little bit because of IPL, God knows what. But this self-belief, he always had the ability, but did not have the self-belief. Now he has the self-belief.
Somebody went to Australia, because she alluded to the fact that Mr. Gavaskar mentioned at the start of his career. Someone went to Australia and got that 118. He was a special player. KL Rahul was expected to be the next big batting great from India. All of us knew he had the ability. All of us knew he had the potential and the talent.
Yes.
He's got that extra microsecond and the difference. And this is what I was trying to analyze, that what happened to KL Rahul and what is this resurrection all about? And this resurrection is about the mental strength now. KL Rahul has been a very intense person. A quest for perfection has been absolutely paramount. Now the point is, each time he would do that and there would be a mistake, he would curse himself away too much, berate himself, curse himself, fault himself, and he would push himself for that quest for perfection. That quest, this is the net visual of KL Rahul. Swapnil is playing that. Swapnil, don't worry about this. Now leave us full frame, and if anyone wants to go and watch this net session, you can check our 12 noon show. That KL Rahul, who becomes far too intense, is not what I'm seeing here. You can see, even when he's walking around and visualizing, as Gargi is saying, he has been in a very good mental space. When he's beaten all ends up, he just takes a quiet walk, comes back, refocuses it for the second ball or the next ball.
Yes.
Because he now knows that these conditions, some balls will have your number. If you don't get out to them, it's your opportunity to come back and make the most of it. Focus on your defense again. Absolutely top quality batsmanship, and perhaps one of the best innings that you will see from KL Rahul in Test match cricket. Rishabh Pant.
Rishabh Pant has been phenomenal. And those shots that we were worrying about, the shots that left us gasping for air and gave us a heart attack few too many times, Now Rishabh Pant, we heard him in that stump mic. He was constantly telling himself, all good?
It's all good.
Yeah, we were hearing him on the stump mic, and I keep bringing this up because I'm constantly on that radio. More than the commentary, I'm listening to what is going on in that stump mic. And what happens is that Rishabh Pant was constantly talking to himself. When those few shots, the few lap shots that he tried and failed terribly, he was telling himself, tamiz se bat kar. He was telling himself, bat with a straight bat, show the face of the bat. So this is the difference that it makes, because you realize that Rishabh Pant has now realized his responsibility. He's the vice captain of the team. That's not a small feat, and this is a responsibility that he will have to take forward every single time that he steps out on that field. He will have to remind himself that I am the captain, vice captain of the Indian Test team, and I have a responsibility here. There is no Rishabh Pant of the past, or let's say, I can't bat like the Rishabh Pant of the past, especially when the team needs me this much. India needed Rishabh Pant. India needed those runs out of Rishabh Pant's bat. And while he did try some audacious shots, while they did fail terribly, he also brought himself back. Now, when we talk about Rishabh Pant's batting, it's so natural. It's not impulsive. That's not the word I would use. But I would use the word natural, and it just flows. Those shots just flow out of his body. But he was restraining himself so much constantly. Whenever he tried those shots, he was telling himself, "Don't do it, don't do it. Bat with a straight bat."
What did you say he was saying to himself?
Tamiz se bat kar. He was telling himself that. Straight bat se bat kar. Show the face of the bat. That's what he was telling himself.
See, Rishabh is an absolute generational talent. I mean, I've got a lot of trolls coming after me because I've forever backed Rishabh Pant. In fact, I'm one of those
KL
people.
Rahul.
Yeah, also for KL Rahul. These are the two guys I've forever backed. And I'm on record. And every time I've said something good about Rishabh Pant, people have come and said, oh, dekho, PR kar raha hai. Yaar, bhaad mein jaye PR. I mean, Rishabh Pant is a generational talent for Indian cricket. He will go down in history as a red ball great. I'm not talking about white ball here. He will go down in history as a red ball great. He's what? I mean, think about it. He's already got 800s, out of which 600s are in Sena countries. Back-to-back hundreds in a Leeds test match. He's got hundreds in England, in Australia and South Africa. Which wicketkeeper batter? I had a long chat with Farooq Engineer, and Farooq Engineer said he's the best batter wicketkeeper that India has seen. Qualified it. He said, look, in today's day and age, it's no longer just a wicketkeeper. That is not relevant anymore. It is now a batter wicketkeeper, which is what every team now wants. Someone who will contribute big time. Even England. Why is Ben Foakes not playing? Ben Foakes is not as good a batter as someone like Jamie Smith, or for that matter, any wicketkeeper. At one point, Johnny Bairstow. So every team. This started in earnest with Adam Gilchrist, who changed everything for world cricket. Kumar Sangakkara changed everything for world cricket, and now every team wants Brendan McCullum. Think about what Brendan McCullum did for New Zealand. India never had a batter of this quality in Sena conditions, not even MS Dhoni. MS Dhoni did not get a single 100 in Sena countries. No one else. Farooq Engineer comes close maybe, who was a good batter, had a good series in England 1971. I don't remember anybody from memory who even comes close to Rishabh Pant as a batter wicketkeeper. But this innings, this is a match-winning innings. Potentially a match-winning innings for India, already 300 ahead. Last 5 minutes on the show. What's the total that India will be comfortable with? Do you see a declaration? Do you see what is, because they've got tea. They have the time to recalibrate, strategize.
How many runs do they?
303 ahead. 303 ahead.
I think
that's still got Karun
50 more
Nair,
runs?
Jadeja, Rahul and Shardul Thakur. What is it that India will be comfortable with? According to me, they will not give England a chance. They'll play slightly on the safer side because of the inconsistency in bowling. They will want Jasprit Bumrah to have that cushion, and the other bowlers. I think they will go between 380 and 400.
I would say 60, 70 more runs and they'll be comfortable. Comfortable as in they will look to get 60, 70 more runs. Anything more than that will be more than enough.
The super chat, Desi Murgi, who says, Boryada, shob to holo, as in all happening. Kintu catch dhorte hobe in the fourth innings, hobe to move Jaiswal to outfield, move someone else to third, fourth slip. So basically, he's talking about India's catching.
Yes, of course.
He's talking about India's catching, that you've got to hold your catches. Absolutely fair point. Absolutely fair point.
Yeah.
But
I was going to say, why
Gavaskar, Gargi and Ravi Shastri, what a view on TV. Okay. Yeah, I mean, apparently but that visual has got viral in India, and thereafter Rohit Juglan and the rest of the boys. So these guys have gone and taken over the Headingley balcony, as far as I'm concerned. Brilliant. Rev Sports Rocks, what is the safe total? Same question people are asking.
370.
2.5 hour session to follow. Bat for 1.5 hours, says Saurav. 18 overs to score 100 and declare. So 400 is what he's saying.
Yeah, of course.
Don't give England a chance. Don't give England a chance.
No. At this point, you still need some runs on the scoreboard. A 60-70 would help. Anything more than that will be brilliant.
I still think between 80 and 100 if you get there. Because look, this is a 4 o'clock to 6:30 session. Because 4 o'clock, unless there is rain, there is no chance of rain today. So still 6:30, you can get a Jasprit Bumrah steaming in for the last 1 hour. 5 over spell from both ends, and then try Ravindra Jadeja for an over with the rough. So about 12 overs. That means you will get an opportunity for 1.5 hours. So another 18, 20 overs is what India can play. Get to about 100 runs, 400 total, and get England out there. You know what, Gargi? Historically, England has forever seen unlikely bowling heroes emerge.
Yes.
Vinu Wankad in 1952 came out. He was playing Lancashire League, Haslingden Club, comes and gets that Lord's Test match. Brilliant. 1986, Madan Lal, Chetan Sharma, unbelievable series. Even Roger, these guys came and contributed. 2021, alongside Bumrah, the rest of the boys contributed. England has made for unlikely bowling heroes. I know that Siraj and and Prasid and the rest of the boys did not have a very good first innings, but this is their platform, their opportunity to give their country a fantastic victory. Like Brisbane, like the Gabba, Leeds is an English fortress. The last 4 test matches they won. This is an English fortress which can be breached. And if that happens, this will be one of the biggest wins in the history of Indian cricket. The bowlers should fancy this.
Absolutely, they should. And I was going to say, hope is a good thing and a good thing never dies. So back your bowlers at this point. I think Shubman Gill, before coming in, will instill a lot of confidence in the younger ones because they need it. They need it at this point. They know that after this, if they get to that 400-run mark, they have a chance to win this test match. The only thing is disciplined bowling, good fielding, and take every catch that comes towards you.
Yeah, even half catches, the Sai Sudarshan one, for example, take it, an inspirational run out. Do something out there. England will give you an opportunity. 4 o'clock, time for game to resume. There's a quick super chat. Rana Vishwanath Pratap Singh, 400 should be the declaration.
Yes.
That's exactly what we are saying. Between 380, 400, get to that total and declare. Gargi and I, back at the end of the game. Keep watching. Hopefully, it'll be an Indian session and we'll have England on the mat by the end of the day. Keep watching. Fantastic session for India. Fingers crossed for another one.